third in 17, and of course the rain was the winner in 2018. Right at the back, Karel Abraham. There are no losers, that is for certain. Marques will start from his 4th consecutive pole of his MotoGP starts have been started from pole position. But 44 degrees of track temperature, that is only 2 degrees of track temperature hotter than it was. Taken what we think is possibly a risk with a medium front tyre. They've got it worked out that it's within the now made it from pit lane. Great grid walk, busy down there, mate.
Oh, hectic as always, but I absolutely love it.
Look at the stats, interrupting you if I may, and Marques now to Valentino Rossi, and look at Giacomo Agostini.
Sitting pretty.
But back then, of course, different era, different time. Let's go.
Yeah, it's incredible. We are, well, we know this is as good as it's ever been. We've said surprised. He's taken a gamble with that tyre. You heard what Jack Miller said. He tried the medium in the morning warm-up, pace to win this race. If the gamble pays off, he could check out. So it's one of them heroes.
Cal Crutchlow then, 3 times a Grand Prix winner, and he's in his 100th kind of start from there to make it work for him. But if it all falls right at that first corner, if
you try and make a pass there, you can easily get, if you touch shoulders with someone, Keith, you'll go flying off the track. We've seen it over the years.
Racing, are you going to be able to? So then, from pole, it is going to be Marques, the man that is the rookie, believe it or not, still the 20-year-old on bike number 20, Fabio Quartararo, Valentino Rossi, Jack Miller across the front row for the battle of the British Grand Prix. But he made that work, didn't he? Slotted straight into 2nd place, and a Suzuki. Oh! Down to Quartararo, front end, and knocked out of the British Grand Prix at turn 1. We said that is a tricky corner. Quartararo's medium. So many disasters in that first turn here, whether it be British Championship racing or otherwise. What a Marques, the Ducati.
Or maybe a flag it, do you think, Keith? No, actually, I mean, the marshals are on it, so if you get that bike.
Is very, very good indeed. But it's all about Dovizioso, who's been knocked down. That's a fast corner to have some place to have that. We've got this is the longest lap in Grand Prix racing, 3.6 miles. So a little bit more chance. This has to come under a red flag, or possibly not.
I tell you,
Marques and Valentino Rossi fighting.
And now Marques is doing plan A.
Yeah,
he had to back of him. Those 3 now, as you can see, with Alex Rins in 3rd place, there's quite a gap built. Oh, that's not a good sign. Break.
Disaster for Ducati.
He's been nowhere.
Yeah, but you've got Petrucci and Dovizioso. And the way the Suzuki here turns and closes Marques down through Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, Tito Rabanne.
Actually, look,
that's the village. It's the right hand before you get there.
He's got it back up.
Look at the way, though, that here comes Maverick Viñales on the doctor. So, hearts are being broken. Massive Valentino Rossi qualified on the front row of the grid.
It's a long race. Everybody's talking about years of experience, Keith, and not getting carried away at this point of the race.
You would say absolutely, yeah. There are no thickos in motorbike racing anymore since I left. Just being hounded by Alex Rins. I spoke to Alex Rins on stage. Different man at the moment. We saw what you were capable of doing with Marques, and certainly you weren't taking any, and he isn't. So don't expect Rins to be showing an overly amount of respect when it comes to this man. He's just looked particularly good on that lap, and he just pulled out 0.4 of a second lead over Rins. But this is where Rins is really good. Oh, shame for Takaki Nakagami. On its side, an easy fall to make, and the LCR back down the gearbox into 3rd gear. A bit of the course this at Vale. Camber looks like it's changed a little. It is a war of attrition, are going to get us to the end of this race perfectly well. Over the line we go, 5 laps to go. This year on acceleration. What lost him the race in the Red Bull Ring was he ran out of rear tyre grip, and on the last lap of the Austrian Grand Prix. Are we going to see a repeat of that? Is Marques where you can shove it underneath someone? Marques had a difficulty holding the line through that final sector.
Rins looks like he's riding style.
Afternoon, Jamie, if you're watching. Behind at that last count over the line. 4 and a bit laps to go. We're on the international like he's got more ammo. Rossi still 4th, Morbidelli, Crutchlow still took Miller back behind Crutchlow. Crutchlow has managed to keep the advantage for 6th place. Petrucci is back in 8th place, way back in 12th. Gintoli, of course, in 13th place from Jorge Lorenzo now in a 2. That's your point scorers. But all eyes here at Silverstone, under the Silverstone sun, as we wait at the medical centre. As we go back, this is going to be horrendous. On board with Dobby, as turning right in front of him. Wow. Todozzi, he's been in the odd crash, personally, I think. Because he's not got the Suzuki close enough.
Vinales for the win, I've got a feeling.
Oh, that's a horrible. Marques has got to do it right now. This is what it looks like back in the Yamaha camp, but it's all about Vale corner now. Onto the international straight. Marques is, well, I think he's outfoxed the rest of them. He's left underneath Marques, coming down into the bottom gear braking area of the loop. We're heading down towards Village. The brakes there, but it might be at the loop. The next left-hander. Here we go. Has he managed to do it? Round the outside, past Marques before. This time he sits in with him. We're onto the Wellington straight. Into the slipstream comes the Suzuki. Can he make a mistake? Will the Suzuki out-drag him to the line? I doubt that. Here comes the Suzuki, closing down. We're out of Woodcut to the line. Marques and Alex Rins. Line. He outthought Marques in the final corner. Who would have thought it? He had tyre left to outdrive the Honda to the line in the British Grand Prix, but Alex Rins played that to perfection. He worked out, he took a protecting the line in the last corner because of what he did the lap before. He teased Motorspeed. I mean, either that was the best piece of racecraft I've seen in a long time, or Rins was in the corner all through the first part of it, and then Rins cut back and drove him to the line. The line, by the way, is... Wow, Suzuki are ecstatic again. A thought for Sylvain Gintoli, who's out there riding in place. So Gintoli gets another ride. He finishes up in 12th place. So Suzuki are having an exception. He might have the 50% of his start.